right, thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems and some business to discuss today on this channel. Kyle, I believe, has possibly said this best over on Secular Talk. The Empire has struck back. They have struck back. Okay. They rallied behind Joe Biden, and I will say this up front right now. Anyone who tries to spin what we saw out of Bernie and Biden last night, Super Tuesday, as Bernie didn't do that bad, Bernie's gonna forge ahead, and you haven't seen anything coming, but just wait till Bernie turns the fuel up. There's this thing called too little, too late. Now, there's plenty of delegates to still go around. Is it still possible for Bernie Sanders? Sure. But was there any light at the end of that disastrous tunnel we saw last night? No. Anyone that tries to tell you because Bernie won California or this or that, oh, see, Bernie didn't do too good after all. Let me tell you something. In any sporting event that I'm aware of, if you were 3-8, that would not be considered a good score. Why? Because it means you lost over twice as many as you won. What were we talking, like 8-3, 8-4, something like that? Needless to say, Joe Biden beat Bernie very many areas. Now we're going to get into some specifics on that in a little while. But first, I want to talk about just a couple of things, okay? For anyone who said that the Democrat Party and the DNC were not all that smart, I know Kyle said that on Secular Talk, and anyone who said that or thought it, well, let's talk about that for a moment. So my original thesis, hypothesis basically, okay, was that the Democrat Party put all those people into the race, got them all to run to try to split the vote up to possibly cause a broker convention that way. Now, for anyone who looked at that, well, if that's the case, then why did all these people just drop out? See, there's a reason there. And it's not all that hard to find, honestly. I still believe that was their original plan. Sometimes a plan doesn't always work now, does it? And clearly, if that was the plan, that one didn't. So we've got to have a backup plan. Okay? Backup plan would, of course, be, if that doesn't work, then we try to rally behind one candidate and go for broke. We start knocking these numbers down a peg, and then we find who we think is probably doing the best at that point, minus Bernie and Tulsi, and we rally behind that person and give it everything we've got. And that's the only other way. Well, they did that. And I started wondering if it wasn't in the works for quite some time, if you want to know the truth. Because think of it, okay? Joe Biden spent everything he had pretty much into South Carolina. And he threw a Hail Mary, ran and caught it. He ran away with South Carolina. Okay? And I'm not saying that as a good thing. I'm just saying it because it's true. He ran away with South Carolina. Okay? So, what did a lot of us say back at that point? Myself included. But how well is he going to do on Super Tuesday? Didn't focus on any other states there, did you, Joe? So, Joe, what's your plan on Tuesday, man? Yeah, you won South Carolina. But Bernie might come back and stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry on Super Tuesday, man. Why are you feeling so confident? And then what happened on Monday night? Something that I don't think many people saw coming. Caught a lot of people off guard. Beto O'Rourke, Amy Klobuchar, Pete Buttigieg all come out and endorse Joe Biden. all three of them, come out and endorse Joe Biden. And then the very next night, just to name off some that Biden was winning, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Massachusetts, and Maine. Are you kidding me? Massachusetts and Maine. And I don't even think that's everything that Joe won. But certainly there were at least a few of those in there that were supposed to possibly be battlegrounds that Bernie looked like he could edge out the win in. And Biden, at least on a few of those, dominated. Now let's talk about something else there's no evidence of yet, but I'm curious about, because Massachusetts and Maine, something stinks, and boy does something stink. Now, a lot of people were concerned that possibly even Elizabeth Warren could win Massachusetts. I mean, we're talking about her own backyard here. So what are we looking like? Elizabeth Warren could be the one who pulls this off, right? She came in third. And who won Massachusetts? Joe Biden. Now, okay, that might be a little bit closer to Joe Biden's old home state. Okay, possibly. But I still think that if Warren was projected to do that great there, why didn't Sanders run away with it if it wasn't Warren? It's a little off. But then the one that really, really stinks, man, just a foul. I mean, Maryland's smelled bad enough, or excuse me, not Maryland, Massachusetts smelled bad enough. But the stench coming off of this next one is just putrid. Maine. We're talking Bernie Sanders' back porch. Literally. It's right there on his backyard. Okay? And he didn't even win it. He didn't even win it. Does that not come across a little odd? He won Vermont. He clearly has support from that general area. How come he didn't win Maine? How come Joe Biden, a campaign that was damn near what we all thought dead a little while ago, was able to pull that off? Does that not seem a little odd to anybody? Here's where the old conspiracy theory me starts to get those wheels turning. Now, everyone's going to, of course, come out and say I'm a conspiracy theorist, a kook and a nut and everything else. But you know what? I don't trust the government. Damn sure don't trust the DNC. Okay? And I don't trust the mainstream media. You know why? Because they have a habit of lying. They have quite the little habit of lying, actually. And here's what I believe at the end of the day. Okay? It's highly possible, in my opinion, could not be the case, but I'm starting to lean towards it that this could have happened. I've been saying for some time that the DNC and the Democrat Party had the fix in. They were going to start rigging this election. Now, is it possible that all those people dropping out were to just try to get the support behind Joe Biden, as I described a little bit ago? Sure. Is it possible what I'm about to tell you is the case? I'm going to say sure. It's also possible that both of those things could be true at the same time. Here's my theory. That they've all dropped out, at least for this reason, or the previous reason and this reason. And they did it as a way to make it look like naturally a lot of that support from their camps should go to Joe Biden, making it seem plausible why Joe Biden could rise from the dead so well on Super Tuesday, while at the same time taking the perfect opportunity to start rigging the election. I don't know if votes could have gotten changed. There's certainly been some reports coming out about voter suppression down in Texas. But of course, anyone who says, you know what I've been saying, hey, computers, you know. Now, somebody commented on my last video with Big Talk, Little Talk, that said, hey, don't blame the computer. Well, first of all, I'm not blaming the computer. I'm blaming the people who would hack said computer. So, computer's not doing it of their own volition, but they're vulnerable computers. They could be hacked. That hard to imagine? I mean, really, they could be hacked. Okay? That being said, okay, he mentioned like, oh, we should have better computers. Oh, just one problem with that. We don't have them. We've got the ones that they found out that 11-year-olds could hack. And that does no good. So, could they have been trying to rig the election and use this as the cover-up, the front story? That way they say, if you bring that up and say, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right. How'd you win all that? Oh, well, listen to you, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist. How dare you make accusations? Were you not aware that two very recent candidates who are still in this race won some delegates? Are you not aware that they've come out and supported the former vice president? How dare you make such accusations our way? Are you not aware that even someone that at one point was doing very well in the polls early on in this race, Beto O'Rourke, nearly beat Ted Cruz to become a senator? Are you not aware that he has come out and supported Joe Biden? How dare you throw such slander our direction? It's very possible that this was all done so that if they rigged it, they had the perfect excuse to cover up for how it happened. Again, do I have proof of that? No. All I can say is, if proof came out tomorrow that said that was true, I would not be shocked in the slightest. Not in the slightest. And why would I not be shocked in the slightest? Well, I don't know. Maybe we should read some emails about what happened in the Democrat primary in 2016. Maybe that might just give us an idea of what things the mainstream media and the Democrat Party will do to rig an election. Maybe that could shed some light on this situation a little bit. But as far as anyone trying to spin Bernie's night last night to say he didn't do all that bad, it's really not as bad as we're making it sound. What did Bernie win? Three states? 4 states? What did Joe Biden get? Like 8 or 9? Wow. Really? Okay. So, just put it this way. Anytime you're, we'll say 4 and 8 or whatever, okay? Anytime that you are 4 and 8 in a sporting event, that ain't looked at as a very good thing. It's not. Anytime you were to go 4 and 8 in a sporting event, that meant you lost twice as much as you won. Guess what that means? They would say your season sucked. So you've got to apply this same thing right here. You've got no other choice. You can like Bernie, you can love Bernie. It really doesn't make much difference. Truth is the truth. Okay? And the truth here is that Bernie did not do well at all last night. Joe Biden got exactly what he wanted. And whether that's because the empire struck back and they all rallied behind Joe Biden, or whether that's because there was some fixing of an election going on, or whether it's because possibly a little of both. I don't know. But it happened. It happened. Okay, and we could sit around and talk about the reason all day long. We're not going to be able to prove one of them unless we get some evidence. That's just a hunch and a suspicion. Okay? But with that being said, we need to talk about one other detail. Tulsi Gabbard. So, to all the Tulsi camp they're all cheering right now because Tulsi won some delegates from American Samoa. Now, some people are going to dismiss that and say, oh, ha! You're happy about that, really? You're happy about that, huh? Why are you happy, Tulsi? Why are you so happy that you won a couple delegates? Do you think that puts you anywhere near close to winning the convention? Are you out of your mind? That's what a lot of people are going to say about this. I've been vocal for a long time. Tulsi Gabbard's chances after I saw Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, and South Carolina not looking good. They're not looking good. You're talking odds so slim, no bookie in the world would take odds on them. No bookie in the world would take odds on this kind of a bet. Okay? But if there's a chance for the comeback, it is right now. Right here, right now. There's just one problem. She is qualified for the next round of debates. This is her opportunity to get on a stage where she damn well should get equal time as everyone else. Why? Because the rest are gone. Counting Tulsi Gabbard, you're down to 4. Unless, of course, you listen to Dana Perino over on Fox News that tells you that Elizabeth Warren is the only woman running for president that's left. You got Bernie, you got Biden, and you got Warren. That's according to Dana Perino on Fox News. Yeah, because Tulsi Gabbard's... No, she dropped out before Bloomberg did on Super Tuesday. Yeah. Or did you forget to put that breaking news on your screen there, Fox? She's still running, and you just don't want to talk about it. Okay? So now's her chance. And, of course, reports are coming out that the DNC is already planning to change those debate rules just a little bit. Because, of course, now that Bloomberg's gone, Steyer's gone, Pete's gone, Amy Klobuchar's gone, Yang's dropped out, that field just went, and you've just got 4 left. 4 left. 2 men, 2 women. Okay? That's what you've got left. 2 old white men, and 2 indigenous women. Loved the tweet that Tulsi sent out when Dana Perino had said that Warren was the only woman left, and Tulsi said something along the lines of, yeah, so Dana, do you just why are you admitting that a woman who is a fake indigenous woman is still running for president, but not the real one right here? Of course, referring to Elizabeth Warren's big lie that she was Native American. Tulsi is without a doubt an indigenous woman, but she's also got, in my opinion, a far better honorable record than what we see with Elizabeth Warren. Yes, Elizabeth Warren, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, woohoo! Tulsi Gabbard, adamant to win the wars, not faltering on it, not flip-flopping on a Medicare plan, even though some consider it to be a little bit not as good as Bernie's Medicare for All plan. Still better than what we're hearing out of Warren and heard out of Warren, okay? Wants to end the wars. Warren voted for a military budget underneath Trump for more spending, okay? So she's for ending the wars. Warren's flip-flopped on that one. And, of course, Tulsi actually, still serving in the military on top of that. Tulsi's been on the right side of a lot of issues for quite some time now, okay? So if she's got the chance, it's now. And if we all sit back and idly allow them to rig this next debate where she's not even part of it, the chance is done, folks. If we allow them to screw her out of this next debate, there's no way. There's just no way she's going to siphon the support she's going to need to win this. And even if we got her on the next debate and there is a resurgence of the Tulsi campaign, I'm not going to bullshit you. You need to be completely aware that even if we see this happen, that is a long, long, hard road to victory. Most certainly is it going to be a long, hard road to victory. Without a doubt. We've already talked about that. As good as it looked like Bernie was doing, he was going to have a hell of a time avoiding a brokered convention. Now, imagine someone who hasn't done well from the beginning all the way through the first Super Tuesday and has only gathered just a few delegates. Whereas now we're looking at delegate counts in the hundreds for Joe and Bernie. Okay? How's somebody going to be able to catch up starting from right now, pass both of them, and still get a majority of the delegates to win that nomination? Wow. If she could pull that off, we're talking something absolutely historical and monumental that's probably never been seen before in politics. The odds of it happening are so damn slim. But if she's got a chance at it, it is right now that she is qualified for this next round of debates. For all the people, Tulsi included, that said, maybe I shouldn't be part of these debates, I said this: yes, I respect your stance, but unfortunately, YouTube being what it is, you need to be on television because there's so many older voters who watch that show, watch the nightly news. And if you're not there, they're not getting to you because they don't tune in to this. It's a generational thing, okay? I promise you, a lot of the people in my family are getting their news the old school way. Not this way. Okay? And it's because of that, they're hearing exactly what the mainstream media wants them to hear. So if Tulsi's got the chance, it's right now. And as I said, she should damn well get equal time, considering their excuse in the past has been, well, look, we have to try to give everyone some time, and you've got a stage full of people. Well, that ain't the case now, is it, jackass? You've got 4, counting Tulsi. You don't count Tulsi. Wow, you got 3. So there's absolutely no reason in my mind why we couldn't have Tulsi Gabbard on that debate stage and give her equal time at this point. Makes perfect sense to me. But they don't want it to happen. Why they don't want it to happen? They definitely don't want a Bernie Sanders nomination / presidency, but they all want a Tulsi Gabbard one even less. That only makes me wish she would become the nominee and the president that much more. Because when the powers that be, who've been causing this problem, all gather behind someone that strong and oppose them, says to me they've got something to worry about. And I like when the evil, corrupt politicians in the media have a force to be worried about.